into it. FireWall, Oreshki, best of 5 opening match here. Round of 128, so I'm excited. Look at all these eggs. They're excited too.
We were talking pre-game before this. What if one of these eggs hatches? When it just randomly into a person? One of those days.
What are they?
It's gonna happen.
What's in them?
I don't know. Chocolate?
What's in the eggs? Ooh.
Money?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Big chocolate eggs that just are floating over watching Rocket League. I knew it. Chocolate eggs love rocket cars playing football. Well, without any further ado, let's get to the action. Here are your teams. So in the orange, Team Oreshki. In blue, Team FireWall.
Team FireWall just working it in right now. There's a lot of defense coming out from Oreshki, so they're just trying to get into the morning road. And when we see the goal, almost about to happen with the aerial.
A little bit of bad positioning there. They got in front of the ball and couldn't actually make a play to it. They had a wide open net, too. That's a heartbreaker. Never want to leave the net wide open like that.
Definitely not. And we do see the defense still going okay, strong for Oreshki. Can they actually get the ball out of their own zone? That's a main question. Fell almost getting that one right there, but not going to be able to complete it.
Yeah, right now the pressure is certainly on for this team. Rotating my view around here. Sorry for the bizarre camera twist, but I want to make sure the blue goal is on the right side, so it syncs up with the scoreboard. That's the goal here.
Always the right decision, and we do see Nemesis Z going to be ready to get in there. He does get the zone in, and the score.
Beethoven floats it in there. Let's take another look at this from a slightly different perspective. Gets a good touch on top of the ball and almost saves his own goal. That's not how you want to start things off, but fortunately it does go in. Puts FireWall up 1-0 to get things rolling.
I mean, missed opportunity from the team that was going to score at the first go. FireWall now going to try to keep it going from here. Going to get some clear. Going to go to pressure on yet again. We're seeing Oreshki playing a little defensively. Do you think they need to pull out a little bit more tactics or leave this open goal almost for Bell right there?
Well, I mean, as it stands right now, it seems that they're just kind of dealing with the pressure of FireWall, leaving the gate open for FireWall to just create plays, create offensive opportunities. But as I say that, oh, a near goal. Beethoven with the critical stop. Gets that ball out of harm's way as close as you can possibly get.
Very close indeed, and we will see if the goal can come in. We do have some more action coming up the rescue side, and they have to go to get that ball out of there. Ooh, close one right off the
putting shots on goal. They are putting shots toward goal at least. But again, it just seems like Oreshki is playing a little passively right now. And a big aerial shot! Vel soars in out of nowhere. Drills that home. Let's watch this one. Let's get down low so we can see him flying in. Vel just comes airborne to put away the second goal. Beautiful shot.
Quite a lot of boost, but a lot of touch on that one. And very, very nice shot coming out from Bell right there. And again, the clutch going to be coming in the middle, but Bell's just going to keep it going. He has been the player to watch out for. Good save coming out from Zart.
Very true. We're starting to see, which players on FireWall are going to emerge, which players are going to be the threats. We know Beethoven had the opening goal, but Vel seems to be coming in with a lot of heat. I've seen that on a few players on different teams who typically set their moments and just come in hard. A good example of that is Vogan on Team Shizou. He's probably their key striker, and he just, whenever he comes in, it's at 100 miles an hour.
Look at that beauty shot coming from Bell. Almost getting it right in there through that aerial, but not going to be enough touch. You see the pressure still coming in, and I still think Beethoven might get it.
Oh, Beethoven couldn't get the right angle on that cross. Vel with a nice setup, tries to float it in, but there's Beethoven. Picks up the rebound. That is a skill that is necessary for a top Rocket League team. Get those rebounds. And Beethoven right there to pick up that rebound off the crossbar, puts away the third goal, and pretty much sets things up for FireWall to take this opening game.
Definitely. I mean, there's a lot of scrapping that's coming out in the hand, but there's nothing really that we see from Oreshki that can actually defend against this. Which is really, really solid stuff coming out from FireWall off on this opening match.
Yeah, all we're getting is just pressure, pressure, pressure. You got FireWall coming at them from every angle, You've got aerials coming in, corner setups, and they just can't get the ball not only out of their zone, but successfully out of their zone. And that floater, oh, Vel, what an amazing goal. He sets up his own shot. Look at this layup.
Such
flicks
style, and is going to get a flicker right in, like you said. Holy Vel.
Flicks up his own aerial. I mean, I think what we're seeing right now is really just a case of Team FireWall kind of being a little bit in a league of their own versus their opponents here at Oreshki.
Oreshki, I mean, they have had some shots and opportunities, but it's mostly on the premise that FireWall is just playing way too aggressive. And yet again, can FireWall get the ball in? And that's going to be another question. And who's it going to be? Oh, Beethoven going for the aerial. I'm not going to get it out.
Little off point on that aerial, but there's Vel. He was in a good spot to pick up the rebound, but it got deflected out of play. So, I mean, really what it's going to come down to now, and this is something that Oreshki is going to have to evaluate in Game 2, is getting the ball out of the zone and putting the pressure on. Because look at this. They're just getting swarmed by this FireWall team. 3 forwards, and Vel again gets the hat trick, sinks his 3rd goal of the day. Another beautiful midair shot. Take a look at this. And again, he's coming in super hard.
It's the all-out aggression from the Germans. FireWall. They know that aggression. They're going to keep it going off from this one. You get a good clutch coming off from the first touch, and we're going to see Zark can actually push it in. But no real aerial assault coming out from the and wow,
that is a heartbreaker. Nemesis gets on the board at least, but that is a heartbreaker. Look at this long distance goal in a wide open net. I think the problem with this for Oreshki is really just, they tried to play aggressively there, but if you try and play aggressive against a team that is a little bit out of your league, they will punish you. And they will punish you hard, and sometimes it will look like that.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with the aggression. You can't really play defensive all the time because you're going to get scored on almost certainly every little minute. Bell and Nemesis Ed trying to do some amazing plays, but didn't finish up on that one. But yeah, we'll see if Oreshki can actually do this for Game 2, as we do have the timer coming down. 8 seconds left, 6-0 on the scoreboard. Can they finish up for that last goal? Bell.
Vel trying to get one more for old-fashioned sake, but nothing doing. So there you have it. First game is going to go to the folks in FireWall. Not a lot of surprise there, to be perfectly honest. Well, maybe a little bit. This is kind of my first time seeing Oreshki in action. Just kind of getting a handle on what they're capable of and what they're going to be able to do. And really, as it stands right now, this FireWall team is kind of going to emerge as probably one of the teams to beat. I've seen them perform in a few Europe Cups, and they are solid. Let's just put it that way. They definitely placed top 8 before, and I think we'll probably carry this through the next couple of games. Let's get on the right side of the pitch, shall we?
Give Bella Beethoven trying to start up the aggression yet again. FlameX try to get out that defense, but Nemesis Zed going to be starting up with the startup goal. No, Beethoven, too much push.
Came off in a pretty good angle, but it was just shy. And you're seeing it already. I mean, already all 3 players were up front. They didn't leave anybody back at midfield to try to play defense. They know that they can play this aggressive style against this team and not get punished for it. They can keep the ball in the zone. Nemesis there, I think he's basically been playing that defensive role, despite the fact that he's on the orange side of the pitch most of the time. But here's a good opportunity.
Yeah, FlameX is going to get this ball in, but can't actually get it into the zone. Now everyone on the opposite side. Nemesis get the setup. Beethoven going to get score.
Oh, he got a good touch on it, but just the angle was off. I think if he could have floated that over the defense, looked like he had a good spot to do it, but couldn't get the finish.
Not the finish, but Bell, playmaker, seems to try to get that one in. Not going to get run to the center up. FlameX going to be able to clear it out, or Bell actually going to try to take it in yet again.
They're getting some good opportunities here. Can't seem to float it over the defense. It looks like Oreshki's defense has picked up a bit here. Oh, and a nice touch there in Beethoven. gets in first blood on this shot. Take another look. Off of Flamix, he gets a good angle on this touch and just gets it right in on the far right side of the goal. Very nice opening goal.
Shalthis is going to say, you know, when you say they're going to have good defense and then they score a goal right after, I don't say that's a caster curse, but possible caster curse right there, as we do see some aggression yet again coming up from Oreshki, but again, just too much pressure. Vel going to try to just zip it in. Oh, goalpost. But
there's Beethoven.
Get his grab.
Again, I mentioned this in the last game, getting that positioning on the rebounds. He came in, he got a little bit of a bad angle on the dribble, but there's Beethoven to finish. So that's just teamwork right there, knowing where the ball is going to be, or at least having a good idea. You know, I think one thing that Oreshki probably needs to revisit is their kind of putting two people in on the face-offs. You know, that can be a bit of a risky strategy if you commit two people up front. And nearly a goal there, but Nemesis turns it aside and, nearly get a full field goal there. But not quite. Just
did
off
get one
point.
in game one of the match, so yeah, it could happen. Zeus going to try to get some pressure in. Beethoven going to be able to clear that one up. I mean, we've been seeing really closely to go. Nice one.
Vel floats it in. I mean, this is, again, an example of this team is playing very aggressively as far as Oreshki goes. They're trying to match the aggression of FireWall, but I just don't think they can really do it in this game. You know, if you can't go skill for skill with your opponent, then playing aggressively is something that's just going to get constantly punished. And that's what we've been seeing here. Oh, and a nice follow-up by Vel with a very quick response to his previous goal.
He just boosted up there, got the aerial. He was like, I can control this. I am a god. No problem. And gets it in right onto the pitch. Good job by Vel. Yet again, styling for that goal.
It looked like Beethoven was going to swarm in and try and pick up that rebound, but Vel was like, I got my own rebound. Don't worry about it. This is cool. I got it. I'll set my own plays up. Thank you very much.
I was about to say they're in Oreshki. They're going to have a good setup for this one, but not really too well. Zara going to try to get in there. Flamex can't get over there. Now Beethoven going on the aggressive.
Couple pretty good crosses there, but they didn't have anybody in position to finish.
And that's been a thing. They've had the two players be aggressive onto the blue side, but they're usually close to each other or closely together with each other. And you can't really have a setup when you're literally right next to each other. So maybe something that we'll see Oreshki kind of fix up next time. But
and that was a bad clear, but finally Oreshki gets on the board. Beethoven misses the aerial, and it just bounces off of Vel into a perfect position for Flamix. Flamix, it's all good, to put it away.
Yeah, Flamix is going to definitely get a good one right there. So you see the touch coming off on there. And unfortunate for Vel, he was actually in the area, but he touched it into his own goal as well. So good stuff coming out from Oreshki. Going to actually get a goal on the score. But we'll see if that is actually going to matter, as Beethoven, yet again, trying to get in there.
Oh, Vel, that was a beautiful shot on goal, but I almost call him Flamix. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Flamix really managing to come in very nicely. Good shot here, and there's Czar. Big finish. So Oreshki actually starting to get some good, solid offensive opportunities. That first one maybe was just a big defensive lapse, but the fact that they are coming in hard now could be good.
There's some talk about some lagging, but Beethoven going in there for the aerial almost gets the goal, but could not get in on that shot. Czar trying to fix it up right over there. There's going to be about 1 minute left in the match. 42 on game number 2. DC Vel try to push it right in there with the bicycle, but can't finish it up. We do see Oreshki just trying to clear it out. Oh, Beethoven for the setup.
Another little setup here. Good cross, but they just got a little too in front of the ball to actually make the finish. I mean, we're seeing some pretty solid play now out of Oreshki. They're getting these offensive opportunities. I think the momentum of getting that opening goal was very nice and very helpful for them. But probably not going to be enough in game 2 here.
The pressure's too strong, I think, right now, and the Oreshki can't really do much about it. It's definitely the play that FireWall just started out with in game 1.
They're stuck playing defense, which I think they're actually doing a little bit better now that they've got an idea of how FireWall is going to come in on them. But it's still really hard to deal with. Nice little clear there, but it looks like FireWall is going to take game 2. And there you have it. So, FireWall now 1 game away from moving on to the next round. I think what we're going to wind up doing here is a bit of a probably a restart to the lobby to clear up some of these some of this lag issue. Apparently, I guess that's what we're getting.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, what we've seen so far really has just been a case of Oreshki has just been getting overwhelmed. You know, let's go ahead and we'll switch out of the game for now while we're waiting on the lobby to reset. But yeah, just getting overwhelmed by FireWall. They're coming in with a ton of aggression, basically playing 3 forwards, and they do it because they know that their opponents will let it happen, and they can take advantage of it. You know, if Oreshki was able to turn this stuff away a little bit better, then you'd probably see a change to the approach by FireWall. But the fact that they're just racking up the goals means let's keep going super aggressive, and it's working.
And, I mean, whether it be lag or whether it be just a little bit of defensive lapse, it's really important for Oreshki to note where they're going to be aggressive at. You can't have too many people clumped up in one situation, or you can't have 3 forwards because, yeah, no one's going to be protecting the goal. So, a little bit of revisiting of the strategy maybe turns it around. Probably not for this match, but we'll see if FireWall and Oreshki can go to game 4.
That will be interesting if they can drag this out to a game 4. I still think that Oreshki might be a little bit outmatched in this game, just based on what we've seen so far. But anything's possible, you know. Sometimes it takes a couple games to really feel your opponent out, see how what their approach is going to be. And, well, we were in here, but I don't think everybody else had fully joined yet. So, all right, we're gonna leave this match again.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, fair enough.
Happens.
So, all right. Well, so we're trying to get this sorted out so we can get to game 3 of this match. But yeah, a little bit of potential lag issues. I don't know if that's really enough to say, hey, this is the cause of all of our woes. Really.
It's definitely not. It's early in the day. We'll get all the kinks out just in a little bit. Again, shoutouts to Cyanox, shoutouts to ESL for running all this and helping us out, really. It's been an amazing game, and it's amazing support coming out from the community, coming out from you guys to watch out for this big tournament. EU Cup number 6, still going strong. Still the round at 128, and FireWall and Oreshki going to try to finish this one up.
All right, everybody in. Game is good. We are going. Game number 3. Once again, FireWall in blue, Oreshki in orange. They need to win now. One more loss, and their day is over pretty early here in the round of 128. Looks like, yeah, same strategy going here. There's all 3 members of Team FireWall. Just playing forward, playing aggressive.
Ooh, missed opportunity. Flamey couldn't get in there.
And a little bit of a gap there. Oh, that's a bad clear. Oh, Czar nearly came in to punish that, but that was a bad clear off the wall. Centered it perfectly for their opponents, but they just couldn't get in to actually get the finish.
This is going to go for the setup, and Val going to try to clear finish. Did not get the angle.
That was actually a pretty good shot right off the wall. That could have gone in on its own if it was just a little less hot.
A little less boosted. I mean, these super battle cars are just a little too powerful, but we do see Val yet again.
Big stop by Flamey. I keep calling him Flamey. I just like saying Flamey. I don't know what's with me. Flamix gets a great critical stop there. Oh, but Vel takes to the sky, but he might have to... Oh, that was a very nice touch, a good control, and Vel puts it away. Those shots are really hard to stop. Very light touch, big bounce. It's hard to gauge where they're going to be, and it worked perfectly. They just floated it right over the heads of everybody's defense.
It's crazy because Vel touched it, right, with the light of his bumper. On top of that, Nemesis Z didn't even touch the ball, so it's all Vel all the time. This is somebody we're going to have to really look out for. Some good plays coming out from this player.
Yeah, Vel definitely making a bit of a name for himself in today's tournament so far. We'll have to see how far FireWall actually makes it. This may not be the only game we cast for these guys. Right now, though, finally some offensive possession for Oreshki. And a good setup here. Czar takes to the sky but can't get it, but there's Flamey. Again, you call him Flamey, I don't care.
I
just like the name.
Flamey. I mean, it's all the same. If he does change his name to Flamey, well, shout-outs to us. You know, we made that happen for him. Definitely.
There we go. It's a good brand. Be Flamey. Well, they had.
He did get a good shot. Unfortunately, could not finish that up. And we do see the aggression yet again coming out. Gonna get a distraction coming out to Vel, but we do see FireWall still gonna regroup on this one.
Yeah, so far, I mean, these offensive opportunities are happening, but I'm not seeing the kind of, I guess, really the energy behind the finish attempts that I'm seeing out of FireWall. Like, they're getting a few shots on goal, but if you look at the shots that FireWall is getting, they're so much more aggressive. Just, there's an example. A good rebound off the crossbar by by Nemesis, excuse me. Hits it up high, and here comes Vel, like a rocket-powered battle car, to put it away. I mean, good late score.
Vel has been the key into the cog for FireWall, and they have been defending out really well when they can, but their aggressiveness is all upon Vel really to make those shots. I mean, Beethoven was the one to scrap up in the first game, but he hasn't really shown up too much lately. Beethoven actually going into the goal. Then he get the setup, Vel and Nemesis. But good player coming out from.
Off on timing on that. They had a wide open net, very easy goal, but the timing on those aerials was just not there. Beethoven's kind of been the playmaker a little bit here. Oh, and again, Vel timing a little off. If he was a little bit more on spot there, it would have just been a light touch. Probably could have put it right away.
Wow, Nemesis going to get it set up yet ahead. Beethoven trying to go for clear. Could not finish it up. It feels like they're just, resting out a little bit more. Since they saw, what they could do at game number 1, they didn't really want to keep pushing it down, and they want to just clear this one up. Beethoven trying to get the goal. Nemesis going to try to clear it up as well, but just so much aggression coming out again from FireWall.
Yep, and when you play this style and you play it against a team that can't turn it around, you're basically just getting shot after shot after shot, and even if they're not going in, something's bound to go in. That's really just the law of things. If you keep putting shots on goal, then something's bound to go through. And here's Beethoven, takes to the sky, and another beautiful shot. He gets a good bounce on it, too. The defense was actually in a pretty good spot there. Both Zeus and Flamix were in a pretty good spot, but you can see the bounce causes them to lose sight of exactly where that ball's going to wind up. And that puts them 3 down with a minute to spare, and I think that's probably going to be the end of the road for Oreshki.
Yeah, Oreshki going to show up some good things in game number 2. Just couldn't finish this one up. Number 6, trying to get a set up. Beethoven not going to be able to finish up. Good job by Flamey. Going to get that block, but is Vel not going to finish that one up either.
Vel had a nice touch. Beethoven nearly in position to pick up on the rebound, but he was a little bit behind, which allowed that defense to make the stop. Vel again takes to the air. Good touch, puts it in the corner. Oh, and he misses the clear. Somebody's going to punish it, and it is Vel who punishes his own center. Look at this again. Vel gets a nice center off of here. Czar misses the clear, and he comes in to finish the job. Everybody. I think we'll give the whole team of FireWall credit on that one, because they were all in the air, ready to follow up on that shot.
But the computer said it was just only Vel. I'm joking.
Vel gets the touch. Oh, and a bad clear, nearly got punished there. It's a little too late at this point, but definitely FireWall coming in strong. There's another great setup, and Vel finishes his own setup again. I mean, he might as well just be playing on his own. Look at that great flip to get it over the defense. and just right in position to catch it and tip it into the net. And that's what we've been seeing all series long out of Vel. He sets up his own shots. He's in a good spot to make the follow-through. And even if he wasn't there, his teammates are there to answer and pick up if he were to miss. But
Vel going to try to go for the cat trick.
Oh, and it touches down just before. So, Team FireWall takes the series pretty quickly and convincingly. 3-0. So, I personally don't think not a lot of big surprise out of that one. You know, like I said, Team FireWall has been a top 8 team. Still kind of getting used to this Team Oreshki squad. So that was a pretty straightforward win. You know, that's kind of what I expected out of this early game matchup. But I did want to see how FireWall was looking, how they were going to fare this tournament. And so far, so good, right?
Definitely agree. And it's just really amazing to see FireWall just with the tenacity to keep on going with those goals, especially with Vel. Vel, if we do see FireWall again, he is something to really look out for.
Absolutely. So I'm going to see what we've got next on our agenda. I think we're moving into the round of 64 here pretty soon. I've got a game in mind. So we're going to take a moment here so I can figure out what's coming next, and then we'll come right back and make this happen.